business 4 years ago. I was a 38-year-old corporate executive. I climbed the ranks and the corporate ladder, gone to law school. And really from the outside, I looked like I had everything made. But behind the scenes, we were like so many people that you've heard today, drowning in debt. We had a family business failure. And for years and years and years, I kind of plugged the gaps and tried to make it work. But by the time I saw a friend promote to Double Diamond on March 27, 2015, I just was tapped out. I had no other plan to solve our problems. And that post was a miracle post that day. I signed up literally that minute, and I'm a green red. So normally I would have researched for a lot of time, but I did not. I just joined that day, and fast forward today, because of It Works, I was able to retire from my 18-year corporate career at 41 last year. A full-time mom to my 5-year-old, and I've eliminated over $200,000 in debt because of that.
I'll go again. Hear my story again. So I'm Trista Marshall. I am an ambassador Diamond. We've been in 4 years, and prior to It Works, again, I was a nurse, and Eli was a firefighter. He had also built a sports performance business from the ground up, and so really prior to It Works, we thought that's what you do. If you're going to make money, you go out and you spend thousands of dollars, and you have to make thousands of dollars before you ever bring a dime home to your family. And so it kept us very busy. We were just barely getting by. I was dipping into the overdraft about every 2 days before paycheck. I'd start dipping into the overdraft, and we just needed $500 to relieve some of that financial stress. And 10 months in, I became a full-time stay-at-home mama, replaced my nursing salary, and 2 years in, Eli came home as well. More than the money, it has given us options and time with our family, something we'll never repay.
Go ahead, Kara.
Okay, hey everybody. I am Kara Heinzler. I'm the presidential diamond. I'm from a really small town. It's called Marshall, Missouri. You probably never heard of it, but I started this business in June 2015, and I want everyone to take note. So I have been asked for 2 years to join this business, and I always made up excuses like I have a no compete and all this stuff, which is not true. And then I decided one day, I was laying in bed looking at the fan, I'll never forget this day, and I decided I'm tired of living on this hamster wheel. I had my master's, I was a former teacher, I was blogging, I was doing everything. And I had heard, maybe you don't have a spending problem, maybe you have an income problem. And I knew that that was absolutely right for us at that moment. And so I went to several, 4 people's pages that had asked me, and I only could find an It Works post on one person's page. So that's where you need to take note. Be consistent, like everyone has said, because whenever it's the time for someone to join, they're going to join regardless if it's with you or with someone else, so make sure that you are that consistent person. And so I joined with her, and then fast forward to today, I have 3 girls I get to spend every day with. I also am expecting a 4th, because when you make a lot of money, you can have another baby. And what else? So I'm going to try not to cry real fast, but my husband's mom passed away of cancer whenever he was 18, and she built a house. And so we were able to buy that farmhouse and remodel it, paid for it in cash by It Works. So because of this business, we didn't have to say no, we can't afford it. We still got to live in our house while we're remodeling our dream home. And that's absolutely only possible because of what we're doing with this business. So I'm so thankful.
We're here today to talk about duplication, and duplication's really, the art of using scripts and tools and systems to maximize your time, your team's time, and work as smart as you can. And so we're going to talk a lot today about different tips and tricks and systems that we have. But let me just start out, if you're sitting here and you have even one distributor on your team, you're a leader. And so it's really important to know that if you want your team to duplicate what you're doing and follow your lead, you've got to do the work yourself. So it really starts first and foremost, if you're going to be a leader of even one distributor, or you have to kind of model the behavior that you're going to want them to do. And so we're going to give a lot of great ideas hopefully for your teams, but you've got to start by doing it yourself. So let's talk about newbies first, because that's obviously sort of the foundational part of where systems and duplication is so important, getting people started right. So Trista, do you want to share a little bit about what you've done on your team?
Absolutely. So we've heard pretty much everybody that's been on this stage today say, you have to keep it simple. Steph said, keep it simple, stupid. Cammie says all the time, a confused mind says no. Mike said, don't overcomplicate it. Like that is really the key when getting new people started. And for a long time, somebody would join, I'd be so excited, I'd add to the team page and I'd tag them in 27 different things, and it's like, they're like, I don't know what I just signed up for, but lady, you have lost your mind because I don't know what you're talking about. So really putting systems in place has been so huge for our team. One thing that I absolutely love is the new training and connect. So the very first thing I have people do when they join is, great, we signed up, okay, you're gonna download the Connect app and you're going to watch the training videos that are already in there. And I love that because it doesn't matter if you're new or you've been in 10 years and if you don't have a training video that you love, that's fine because they've taken all of that guesswork out for you. So if you don't recommend that, normally I would really, really recommend it because it's been a game changer. A couple things that we do for our newbies, we have, because who in here joined from a social media post? Almost everybody in here. Okay. So my number one thing, I want people posting right away. I did not use social media prior to this business. A lot of people don't know how to use it well, or some people don't use it at all. So I want them to be in the habit of posting before their kit ever ships the warehouse. I want them to be kind of like just getting used to it. So we created a page called First 25 Posts, and I know Kara does something similar, and they do it a little bit different, and I love how they do it. So I was like, when we were zooming, I'm taking notes because I think it's awesome. But we have a First 25 Posts, and that is all it is. You can't comment in it, there's nothing to do it. But some of those posts are actually prompts to get their brain kind of thinking about how do I make an opportunity post? What kind of questions do I need to be answering it in my post? So it gives them some prompts to start thinking about those kind of things. We also, story is huge. I preach story and host a post like ad nauseum to my team. They're probably tired of hearing about it, but I enroll almost exclusively from those two things, so I want people to be doing them right away. So we have a page that's just for story, for people to start using those templates that we've made, like it's got corporate before and afters. I mean, you can always screenshot, but sometimes it just gets looking funky. So we have them in there, so if they're not, like of me and my face and my family, if it's just generic, I'm gonna put it in there for them to start using right away. The other thing I love to do with my newbies is before they ever make a post, I'm going to have them host a post for me. I just started this. I wish I would have started this a long time ago. But it actually, I send them the post and I say, okay, we're gonna work on getting your 4 customers right away. So I send them the post, I say, make this post, tag me in it. I do a lot of the generic weight loss. So the one where it's like, who wants to lose, or if you knew you wouldn't fail, how much weight do you want to lose, with all the different weights and hearts. I send them that, I say tag me, and then if anybody comments, I 3-way them in a conversation. I put them in a 3-way chat, so that way the new person can see how I have the conversation go. They're getting the scripts right there, and it has helped. They have gotten their 4 customers right away just from that, most of them. So that's what I got for that.
Awesome. So Kara, like Trista was saying, you have something that we both became kind of obsessed about immediately. So why don't you share with the rest of the world here?
Okay, perfect. I have 3 things, but the first thing is shared collections. So on Facebook, there's those magic 3 little dots next to a post. And if you're following It Works people, sometimes we do post general things or our stories so you can save them. So this is going to be a way for you guys to work smarter and not harder, which is like my motto. Okay, shared collections. You click on the 3 dots and click saved, and you can add to collection, right? Most of you guys probably already know about that. But all you have to do is go to a laptop computer and you can share this with your team. So you can add them all in your shared collections, and you guys can all save to the same collection. So if every person did 1 a month and you have a team of 300, right? That's 300 post ideas. Of course, we want you guys coming up with your own. But at the beginning, if you copy the right cat, right, the general stuff, make it your own, then that has been such a game changer for our newbies because they never run out of post ideas. The next thing is the mega post. So we just started this, but I would say this probably is why we are pushing to get faster fast. Okay, so on our team page, I call it the mega post, and every time someone signs a loyal customer distributor, they screenshot either the story they used or the post that they posted and their conversation. And so we just crop out like the name for privacy reasons or whatever. But that's gonna show all your new people, and even it's gonna give your existing distributors tons of ideas of what it looks like to post, right? What conversations you're having, how you do sign a loyal customer or distributor, how you seal the deal. And so we're all doing that. So every time someone signs a loyal distributor, think about if you are in our position and you have people that are signing 20, you're bringing in 20 to 50 new enrollments a day, that's a lot of ideas, you guys. So work smarter together with your team. And the last thing is our 6 list. So actually I have a sideline sister and she's amazing, her name's Jenny. And she and I got together about 2 years ago, I think, or so. And we run our businesses basically together, but we add all of our distributors that opt in only, so people that are working, into chats, and we do boom contests with the 6 list. So every day they comment done, and then we will do like a boom 100. So every time there's like 100 distributors. And we give away things like stuff from the dollar spot, you guys. You don't have to spend a lot of money. It's just exciting to win something, especially when you're brand new. So that's also been great for us.
That's so awesome. That mega post idea, we were very excited about that. That's a great idea for people to see what scripts are working in conversations. So for those of you who don't know a lot about how my team has built up, we've done a lot more belly to belly, and duplication can really be a tremendous asset in that realm as well. And so a couple things that we have done, we have regular tryouts out of the Portland, Maine area, and about 80% plus of my team is in northern New England, and it's been amazing in terms of getting people, all the newbies, all the potential distributors to hopefully sign on the spot, to come together, form a community, hear the inspiring stories of the top leadership, learn about the products. We always have a sample bar, and then we always do a mini training after. And just, duplication is amazing to have those tools and tricks, but if you can create a culture, a community, people feel inspired in connection with that, it takes it to a whole nother level. And that's what local events can do. And you do not need to be a triple or presidential diamond. You can be a Ruby and just have people over to your house and have them bring their friends and use the 10-minute presentation that we use at the tryouts. That's all I use as well. And it is just so amazing to see people's eyes light up as they understand the potential of this business with people that live right, the town over from them, or work in the same company even, and are doing amazing things locally. So that's been huge for our team, and creating that momentum and duplication. The other thing has really been, we do a ton of snippet samples. We really hardwired it into the expectations of our team of the last couple of years. And so as the team got really, really big, I couldn't go to every party, and the leadership, we were all feeling a little bit stretched thin. So I created an album on our team page, and it's basically like how to set up a party, how to run a party. And so it's everything from a sample Facebook invite to a little video with tips and tricks on how to run your party, to scripts to how to invite people and follow up and all of that. So, every time we had hundreds and hundreds of new distributors come in every month this year, and every time they want to do a sip and sample, we send them to there so they can learn how to do it, use our system, and then the leadership will support them after that. So that's been awesome in terms of really creating that momentum behind those systems that worked so well for us in the last year and a half as we got bigger. So we talked about newbies. Trista, when you look at people going for Ruby or Emerald, let's say they have a couple of distributors under them, what have you built up on your team to support those people? What systems are working for them?
So I think this took a long time to figure out, because in the beginning I want to do for everybody, and when somebody signs somebody, I wanted to okay, let me do all the work for you, and you just kind of sit back and I'll train your new person and all that. But I think with having these systems in place, it's really simple to say, okay, so you're going to walk them through the exact same steps that I did when you joined. So you're going to have them download Connect. You're going to add them to the first 25 posts. You're going to have them tag you and host a post right away. And when you sign somebody new, you're really looking for the people who do the things you're sending them. I think it's really easy to want to drag everybody along, because we know how incredible this business is and how life-changing it can be, but really looking for the people who do tag you in that post, and they do start posting on their story right away, and they start doing the things that that we need to do to build your business, and that's who you really want to spend your time with and spend your time on. And we all have team pages, and so the information is there for anybody that wants it. And I do like color personalities is so huge, knowing kind of how to communicate those things with each individual person, but looking for the people who are eager to do the work.
And on the same note, so you can work this business like a business and it'll pay you like a business, or you can work this business like a charity and it's not going to pay you, right? So I remember at the beginning I would be like, oh, she's so cute, I'm going to give her 2 customers, and she'd be on one leg. And then I'd be like, oh, her story breaks my heart, I'm going to give her 2 customers. And then like, but this is my best friend, I'm going to give her 2 customers, right? And the people were like doing nothing. And I got nowhere. That's why I said a double diamond for 2 years, because I was working with my heart and what I wanted them to want, but not what they really wanted. And so when I started working this business like a business, I started to fall in love with people's activity. And when you do that, you can start building rubies like none other. And so that's what I started in the fall, and that's what's taken us to where we are. And so how we do that, I did a training on this not very long ago, but how we do that is that first get yourself to Ruby. So if you aren't Ruby yet, go Ruby. Like, do whatever you have to do, make your sacrifices, it's worth it. And then once you're there, you're gonna find someone on your team that is enrolling customers and distributors, and you're gonna help them go Ruby, right? Because 2 people are gonna go so much faster than 1. And so you're gonna be able to start popping all these rubies because you're working with her and you guys are working, so you're doing it double time, right? And so that's what we started doing, is we just don't stop with that ruby until it hits. And so last month we were able to pop 25 rubies, which led to 7 diamonds, because rubies make diamonds, and that's how you guys are gonna make a lot of money. So, so really just get intentional about your time and don't stop. So don't get to almost ruby and then be like, well, this person, no. Finish it out, somebody on that chart will pop and go to the next. And so that's what I teach my team, is just to build rubies all day long, and that will pay you lots and lots of money.
Awesome. So we on our team, what I found was that we were doing really well with the new distributors, but at some point, this was kind of late in 2017, I had this aha moment. There was kind of a gap in people really understanding how to talk about the business and build a team, build potential distributors, and then sign them. And so I first informally and then formally about a year ago, we implemented a monthly, week-long virtual boot camp on our team. It's called the Ruby and Recruiting Training. And this single-handedly has pretty much, in connection with the other things I mentioned, brought my team for about 250, 300 people a year ago when I was a triple to now 1,600 people. And let me tell you a little about what we do. It has just been for us a game changer. So what I realized is that we don't really have a good system right now. We didn't have a system then that taught people how to post around the business and how to message people and how to answer common questions. So what we did was, in this interactive boot camp, every single day there's a new interactive activity, and to qualify for the group, you have to sign at least 3 LCs yourself in the month prior. Then you're added to this group. The first day, we talk about really telling your story, and when you transition from talking about the products to talking about the business, just really doing a gratitude post and really just saying how grateful you are for the support so far and how the business is doing amazing things for your family. And then from there, and so everybody posts, and then everybody in that group, and they may be anywhere on my team, they go and boost each other's gratitude posts. The next day is a why post. Same story, we give them examples, we explain what it is, and then the next day, the last posting day, is around lifestyle posts, which I think is by far the most important post that we have in our arsenal to really tell our stories. And so instead of getting, in my timeline for my team, all of these posts around who wants to join my team for $99, we started to get just waves and waves and waves of posts of people being really personal, really real, doing lifestyle posts on the daily, just so amazing. And then from there, the next couple days are really about messaging and following up and answering questions. So we have a whole album around what are my common answers to all the typical questions you get from potential distributors. They get linked up in that. We give, they have to write 10 people on their chicken list as one day. So every single day there's a lot of just cheering each other on, and it can be 100 people now on my team in the month. So it just creates a lot of energy, a lot of community of that generation of distributors who are really hungry in their second month. And so just think about ways that, you may not need that yet quite on your team, but think about ways that you can look for gaps in what's missing from your team, which is really what I was seeing, and how can you build something around that, even if it's 3 or 4 people on your team, to really move that forward and give people, kind of that education and tool set to move things forward. I often tell my leaders, if you are constantly answering the same question from your new distributors or your rubies or whatever, then that's telling you that you need to build a system around that. There's something, if you don't have time to one-on-one answer everybody in that, so what's the missing piece? So no matter what level you are, you can ask yourself that question and start small. I did, and then over the last 2 years, just build more and more tools. So we're running out of time, but I did want to, we haven't really talked a lot about one thing, and I'll just give a shout out. Using contests, using recognition to kind of reward and get people excited and incentivized around the right behaviors, that's going to be some of your major fuel and duplication. So again, just think about what you want in the time. And some months on our team, we're like, no, we really need to be building a team. So we're going to reward recruitments. And some months, like this month, is all about LCs and getting volume. So we have all our contests around that. So just use that. And I think we were talking offline a little bit. We hear from our newer leaders, well, I don't have any products, or I don't have, a lot of money. And we're like, give people a $5 Starbucks card, because like Tiffany was saying, people will like die for recognition. So they'll, just to win the contest, like that's honestly like really the battle. So, so just wanted to give a shout out for that. So for our call to action today, what we wanted to do was really kind of start you guys on that sort of contest thing. So we have 3 days left, or 2.5 days left in the month. What you should do if you are, let's say you have 1 or 2 distributors on your team, or 20 or 200, whatever it is, take all of your April new distributors, put them in a chat, if they're not already in a chat, and give them a little month-end contest. Again, it could be a wrap you have on hand as a prize. It could be a $5 Starbucks card, but make a little contest around, whoever signs the most LCs or distributors by the end of the 30th, you're going to get this prize, and watch them run for that prize and that recognition. If you're new yourself and you don't have a team yet, then like Steph was saying, set a goal. Set a goal. And what's your reward? Your reward could be, we're going to do a date night this week if I can sign 3 loyal customers, or 5 loyal customers, or 2 distributors. So set that goal, and that's our call to action today, and that'll get you moving.